We got 2 minutes.
Boom! We are off with another
We're
episode of
early.
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my boy, the heir to the hula hoop throne of West Hempstead, Long Island. It's Zach Elias. What's up,
I
buddy?
am. We're coming to you live from Death Row, where Alan's been on. Or Jesus Christ, how you doing there, champ?
Niche Keat, man.
How are things at home?
Really, like things at home are good, other than taking care of a kid with pink eye. We got me. It's been a really long. It's funny. I deserve this because I was bragging how great my 2023 was, and then we did
Best
that
year of your
podcast.
life.
What the 2nd of January? I've been on death's door ever since.
God, it's me, Alan. Are you listening? Do you care? So there's that. You're looking great. You're very lively and sprightly, impish even. Wearing a strip club shirt does help.
Zachy, we got a show for people tonight. I can't promise it's
If you
going to
think
be
so.
my best effort, but I'm going to do
It
the
will be
best I
great.
can.
It'll be your mother's favorite show, watching me interrupt her Alan, but he wants me to because he's got nothing. I should just sit back and let you just deteriorate.
See if I can. Zach, I got bad news for you. I'm just going to go ahead and bury the lead. For the first time in all these episodes, I'm drinking water. I am welching on a bet. I am not having a beer. I feel terrible, but I will make it up. I will do a double shot the next time I drink to make up for me not doing this.
There was some discussion about this tonight because someone's like, "Oh, doesn't Alan owe you a shot?" I remember I said, "I go, yeah," and she goes, "You're not generous. You're not going to make him do it." And even Zoe's like, "He's sick, right? You can't take the shot." I was ruthless. I was saying, you know what? I think he owes it to me. We played for the better part of 3 months. Watch Zach drink various swill of God knows what. I think you're going to do it.
It's not happening tonight, my friend. But like I said, like a bookie's debt, you know what I'm doing? I'm adding what I owe to next week's VIG. I will do double either next week or the week after, whatever I have to do, because like it literally is one of those things where the thought of drinking right now, like I don't know if I can keep it down, and I really mean that.
That's the excitement. That's what gets me there. Watching you throw up on live, whatever you call this thing, would be incredible. The shot and you just booting. I don't care if we have a 3-minute show. It'll be worth it. Perfect. That's all, folks.
You know the biggest argument Julia and I had in the last couple of weeks at the doctor, where the doctor's like, "Have you been throwing up?" And Julia's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "No, I've just been dry heaving." And she's like, "No, he's been throwing up." I'm like, "No, I haven't."
Like, well, happy anniversary to the two of you. And Shelby said it wouldn't last 6 months.
Well, technically our anniversary is the 31st because that's when we got married by a real pastor.
Pastor? Fuck that noise. A fake rabbi trumps real pastor any day of the week, and everyone knows it.
Zachy, why don't you tell everybody what you are drinking?
I'm drinking from the Eric Fleischer Brewery. Left it in the back of my fridge. A Flower Power, because I'm sick of looking at this thing.
That's it.
Even Ron Katz is drinking. He's bombed right now on Seagram's.
Ron Katz has been living his best life. I don't know if you follow him on Facebook, but he's a good follow.
Absolutely. He was in Sarasota at the Ringling Brothers Museum. I've been there. My grandparents used to live in Sarasota. Not a ton to do at St. Armand's Circle, is there? Not as good as advertised.
A couple of weeks, pitchers and catchers report. You can go see a first place AL East team.
God. Are they going to do it again this year, or was it a coincidence?
Coincidence. They'll be in DFL this year. Get out of here. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. Enjoy your water.
Yeah, it is what it is. All right, Zachy. So, call episode 213. I have a big statement to make, and being in the medical field, I have the right to say, Big Pharma is bullshit.
You want Small Pharma?
Okay, I was going to say that too. What exactly is Small Pharma? I'm not sure.
You want to know what Small Pharma is? I'll tell you what Small Pharma is. So we have some VAs virtual. Yeah, I noticed that stain. That's from Little Darlings. I am not asking what that stain is on a strip club shirt. That stain is. So here's what Small Pharma is. Big Pharma is drugs and real surgery. Small Pharma is the abuelero or whatnot. Glad you asked. We have a virtual assistant, a VA in the Philippines. She's the best. We have a few of them. She apparently broke her arm or dislocated something or something not so good. She was going to go to the doctor, but decided to go to the witch doctor instead, the abuelero.
Oh, you told me this.
Yeah, she's back at work in the next day. Not doing great, but
so
working.
That's small pharma? That's what
yeah, because her uncle went to the Big Pharma. He had a heart attack. They sent him home. He died the next day. That's Big Pharma. So small pharma is the witch doctor who like puts something on your forehead and maybe shrinks your head a little bit and you're good. It's like Beetlejuice.
You switch numbers?
Exactly.
Yeah. So without bearing the lead, like I've seriously had the worst virus I've ever had in my life. And I've had mono, and that wasn't great back in college. But we podcasted on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
I go to bed. I'm like going to bed like
you woke up with the HIV?
I wish symptoms would have been better.
At least you had sex then.
To bed that night, man, and like I woke up the next morning and it was one of those like I tapped Julie on the shoulder. I went, "I'm not okay." She's like, "Oh, what do you mean? Like, what do you need?" I was like, I can't work. Like, I can't do anything right now. Like, I hobble to the bathroom. I'm now chugging NyQuil, Dayquil, whatever it is. I don't even have the power to cancel my patients. I just text my boss, like, I'm dead. Like, I can't do anything. And so, you know me, usually a couple of days, just sleep it off. Drink some water, have a little bit to eat, sleep it off. It got to the point that was Tuesday night. Come Friday night into Saturday morning, I am pissing oil. Like, I am so dehydrated. I'm in such bad shape. I just turned Juliet. I go, like, we need to go to the hospital. She's like, okay, like, let's go. Like, I'm glad you want to see a doctor. And I go there.
You got to bring Milo with you. What a production.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, we're going to leave him at home to fend for himself. Can't even wipe his own ass, Zach.
I wipe my own ass.
We go to the hospital, and I'm telling them,
Mom, FaceTime?
No gracias.
No, me either.
So I said to the people, like, I've been taking Dayquil, and the lady looks at me, the doctor, she's like, oh, please tell me you haven't been taking Dayquil. I'm like, something I should know? And she's like, that stuff is terrible for you. Like, it's not even a therapeutic dose of Tylenol or the decongestant. They said, like, it's bullshit. I would like, wait a minute, what?
She said bullshit?
I heard what I wanted to hear. I was running a temperature of like 104 at this point, so I think I heard what I wanted to hear.
Best drug ever, old Alivert. They changed it. It's not the same. It used to just shrivel up and make you perfect and great immediately. And then they realized that it was like 3/4 meth or something like that. It was so good. It was just, oh my God, I could smell. I had allergies, and it was so, whatever you had was gone. You felt great.
You're just sitting there, your teeth are chattering.
Like the new stuff, not the same. It's not, no, they lost its essence.
So I'm sitting there going like, what can you do for me? Like, what's wrong with me? And the doctor goes, I hate to tell you, but you have a virus and it's going to take a couple of weeks. And mind you, I'm on day 4. Day 4 at this point, it's like, Julia's taking care of my kid. I can't function. I am
a virus, no name for it. You could
literally
Snyderoni's disease.
Oh my God. I have a bit that's like, I want a disease named after me, but do I really?
It is, yeah.
But I'm telling you, it's one of those things where like, they tested me for like the big 3, right? I don't have COVID. I didn't have I didn't have the flu. No, I don't think they test you for AIDS in the hospital.
That's not one of the big 3. That's the biggest. I've seen Philadelphia.
So they basically said, like, it's just going to take a couple of weeks and then you'll be better. Meanwhile, I'm just draining green stuff from my nose. And I go, well, can I get something for this? And she goes, nope, can't give you anything for a sinus infection for 2 weeks because it literally could be anything and not a sinus infection. I'm like, do you want to see the napkin? I'm like, come on, lady. And she basically said, like, all we can do is just tell you to alternate Tylenol and Motrin. And if you want to get like some Afrin or something, maybe squirt that in your nose to relieve the mucus, this and that, and take allergy medication. I'm like, everything they have in a CVS, and that's what you're telling me? And he goes like, yeah. So that's what I do. I do the best I can. I'm still not better for a couple of weeks at this point. Go back and see a doctor who was my kid's pediatrician. Technically, they're a family GP, but I walk in there and like, I'm in the room where they weigh my son on one of those little devices. Julia's like, is he going to make you get up on that thing to weigh you?
Were you playing with the little abacus thing that you...
Basically, and then next, they take my blood pressure where I haven't been eating, drinking, or sleeping, and my blood pressure is 130 over 100. And this guy looks at me like, we might need to get you to the ER right now. And I'm like, dude,
somebody to you.
I'm like, I'm okay. Like, really? She's like, no, we're going to have to check your blood pressure. I need you back in this office. And next thing you know, I'm telling him, I'm like, look, here's what they told me at the hospital. They told me to take Afrin. He goes, wait a minute. You're taking Afrin? That's why your blood pressure is so high. I'm sitting there going like, what in the fuck is going on that all this medication they sell at the store is bad for you?
Yeah, and I love that each one tells you, no, don't take the one that the last guy told you to take. You got to go to the Albuero. You got to go to the witch doctor. You would have been back at work by Tuesday.
Big Pharma.
You may be limping a little, but you'd be fine.
How about this one? The fact that I actually go and get like the Tylenol extra strength and I'm taking them 2 at a time or I can't function. I can't do anything. How many times have you bought one of those Tylenol bottles and you have half of it? You put it in the cabinet. You're sick 6 months later. You look at it. It's expired. You're like, oh, looks like we got to get some. I've already been through a whole bottle of extra strength Tylenol.
I don't get sick. I get sick like once a year. You're not
I
speaking my
hate
language,
you.
little man. You hate me for that. I
I
never
absolutely
get sick.
hate you. It's just been.
I'm the healthiest, like neurotic Jew. I look like I should be sick all the time, but I never am.
You do look like you should be
Right,
sick.
but I'm never sick. And when I am, my whole life, it's never been during the work day or school. It's always on a Friday night. Fucks my weekend. By Monday morning, I'm good to go. I do believe in sweating it out. Like you put your Under Armour on, you go on the elliptical, and like by step 2, you're just pouring sweat. You die that night. Next morning, you're golden.
I wish I could. I've been putting a heating blanket on me, and I just sit there with my teeth chattering until my temperature eventually comes down. When I went to the hospital, I had on a beanie, I had on a blanket.
It's a Ravens beanie, wasn't it?
I think it was my Caps beanie. I don't know what my Ravens beanie is right now. But the lady comes in and goes, baby, you only get one. I went, what do you mean you only get one?
She was like, baby?
She did.
Fantastic. That's the best part of this whole thing.
She goes, sugar. She goes, we got to get your temperature down. So I have an IV in my arm. I'm sitting there shivering. I don't even remember if I had the beanie or the blanket on, but I'm absolutely fucking miserable.
Your pants on even? Like just a Ravens hat and nothing else?
My pants? I had on my scrubs from Tuesday night. I podcasted in my scrubs from Tuesday night and was Saturday morning still in the scrubs. And they look at me and they go, you some type of nurse or something? I'm like, physical therapist. They're like,
you didn't make them call you doctor?
Zach, I couldn't function. And then there was this one nice kid who came in, mask off, and he's doing shtick with me. It's like 5:30 in the morning. He's like, so your results are in. I'm like, oh, what's going on with me? He goes, well, I don't have a mask on, so I'm like, dude, just tell me what I have. He goes, I can't tell you what you have, but I'm not wearing a mask, so
I would have told him to say, this is my least favorite way of conversing, guy. What are we doing here?
The worst part was I couldn't sure if he was hitting on me or just like doing shtick at 5:30. But I was thinking like, dude,
at that point, what's the difference? It's all the same.
Anyway, the worst part of being sick though is these fucking pill bottles where you have to line up the exact thing like it's a goddamn cracking a safe. Are you kidding? It's like 4:00 in the morning.
Italian job.
I have a pill bottle and water next to me at all time, and I'm in bed just trying to like. And then you finally get it open. Then good luck getting 3 of them out.
The worst pills? Suppositories?
No, they've been little tiny ones, but dude, it has just been so bad. And even like, I still don't feel good. And what do we start at 8:30? It's 8:15, and I'm like, I should just bail. I should really just bail.
I was a little surprised. Usually you send me the link to this thing at like noon.
You know what it was? I texted what I normally do is I text a link to my email. I texted to the wrong email, so I didn't get that back there. But I had it already.
I thought you were waffling. We were just pacing back and forth through our darkest hour.
I mean, I'm not sure about next week yet, but that is the update on my health situation. The worst part, my parents came to visit when that happened, and I just sat there miserable on the couch watching football the whole weekend. And then I find out, no, my dad was like, "We're gonna go to the store and get you some orange juice." He came back with the 8-pack of ginger ale for himself.
I love this guy. He's my kind of guy.
You have no idea.
I love him. He's
no idea. The worst part is my mom got sick, I think about a week after she saw me, and she had the exact same symptoms. I was like, oh my God, my mom's going to die if she gets what I had. Yeah, she was better in 2 days. Fuck her. Yeah, parents are the worst.
Fine.
So, Zachy, I got more stuff to talk about, but you're jerky, you're quirky, you got stuff to talk about, do you?
I do. But it's like 4 weeks worth of stuff. I've just been compounding and then taking stuff off. So a lot of it's just dated. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
What the hell is a caucus? Did you watch any of how the caucus works? You write something chicken scratch on a piece of paper. They throw it into a KFC bucket, and then some guy pulls it out, and he says whatever he wants.
Tenzi.
There's no way to know if he's actually saying the right thing. It's just some guy decides who you voted for. This is American justice. This is nonsense. It was true. That's all with a KFC thing. Nikki Haley, Trump.
Zach, you know what the actual RNC and DNC, the fact that you vote in your state and your representative goes and plays, do you know that they do not have to honor your wishes?
Oh, the new dick. But
no, literally, you could, however many people vote, 100,000, 200, 1 million. It could be 1 million to nothing. Yeah. And your representative goes there. They actually have to cast a ballot for the person. They are allowed to literally just switch the vote to whatever they want.
Yeah, but at least that's not a greasy chicken bucket. Last night, Luka Doncic had a fan tossed for cursing at him. Fine. Then he said, "Why don't you? Well, you need to. You need to get on a treadmill." And that's what Doncic flipped out about and had him tossed. What a soft. Funny.
He's getting a little soft. People are
getting on a treadmill was great.
They've been anointing him as like the next Kobe because his numbers, his stats, and everything. Problem is, I don't think he's going to win a title, man.
No.
Like he's really good, but he might go down as like a James Harden before he goes down as a Kobe.
He's not that good, actually. He scores a lot.
You're out of mind.
No, his numbers, right. So you're like Fleischer, all of his numbers. Watch him play. He plays no defense, and he's slow as could be because he's getting a treadmill because he's fat. He gained like 90 pounds, not of muscle, in one offseason. Just cheeseburgers.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah, something like that. I bet he's just a monster, just an unsnipped monster, just a Gila monster. But anyway, so those little hearts to the candies that like say "I love you." There's like situationship ones. Like they have blurred messages. Like literally, they're blurred. I hate that crap.
What do you mean blurred messages?
Like it's not quite clear. It's like, "I love you" is like. They're making them blurry intentionally, so you give them to people like that you have a weird situation. Yeah, we're sort of on it again, off again. They're meant for that.
Women love that. They love when you do that.
Fuck out of me that they even made this thing.
You don't think that that's the company that just being lazy on their printing? It's like, well, we could get very precise writing on these candies, or just fucking see what happens.
Do you think they have one bad printing day and they go, "Fuck, well, we're not going to burn all these. Let's market it." Then it's
now
brilliant.
We're thinking.
NYPD cop, 23 years old, arrested for sharing suspect's credit card numbers with buddies. Quote, "Lunch on me, guys."
Is that frowned upon?
I don't know. But yeah, he gave the... And then it goes, "Try it. You're all welcome." So there's that. I love that guy.
How much did he spend on them?
I don't know. He did it a few times. He bought some other stuff too, but... yeah, he started just taking like suspects' credit cards and just using them because what are they going to do?
So he's going to, that's credit card fraud, right? Like he goes to jail.
No, I don't know if he goes to jail. He should, but I don't think he did. I think he just got to like
lunch on me.
So this is now and this is now weeks old, but so are you. Bucks Antoine Winfield Jr.'s dad demands a recount after his son was snubbed from the Pro Bowl. Get the fuck out of here. When's the last time your dad had your back like that, though?
Zero.
Mine's in Florida with my sisters. My invite might have gotten lost in the mail because I'm up here.
Not as good at hula hooping?
No, I'm not. He's the real thing. Okay, this really got me excited a while ago, but it's been weeks. Did you hear about the secret tunnels under the synagogue that led to a brawl?
Zach, I heard about this, and it just made me go like, you know when like the Jews do something and you go like, oh my God, this is such bad press. Like if there's ever been any like, the Jews are rats and they're the money. And I heard this, I was like,
it was perfect.
Gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding me.
But by the way, like we're not good at tunnels. Like El Chapo would have had this perfect. And these things the Jewish tunnels were absolutely terrible. And then a riot ensued thereafter because people were complaining that the buildings were falling down because they were building illegal tunnels. And
they didn't have the permits.
They didn't have the permits or the wherewithal. See, the last Jew that built things was Jesus. Well, we built the pyramids. We can't build these tunnels.
Jesus and tables.
Exactly. We've talked on this fine program about Madonna being hours late for concerts and things before.
I don't know if we talked about Madonna, but I did hear about the Madonna one.
She's being sued by fans who are pissed off that she came on 2 hours late. Good for them. People have places to be tomorrow. Well, not you, but like other people to places to be tomorrow. Ish, work adjacent. Clippers knew what? How's work been going?
Horrible. There's days I have like one or two patients, and they'll go, my stomach's not feeling so great today. I'm like, just stay home, and I go back to sleep.
So do you get paid for that or not?
No.
Are you saying you're on commission?
I'm on selling a kidney.
Selling a kidney? Who wants your nasty ass kidneys? You're just full of bile and green snot. I don't really know what kidneys do. The Clippers love this. Their new arena is going to feature, quote, the wall. With strict rules like European soccer. You can't be a road fan. Mm-hmm. I don't know how they enforce that, but I'll tell you how they enforce that. Because I've been to European soccer. If you're a road fan and not in the road fan section, it is not a happy place to be. That's how you enforce it.
They literally kick you out. I've been to a European fan section.
They might kick you out. They might make you stay. Whatever's worse.
You cannot wear the colors. Like the usher comes over and it's like, sir, you have to leave. You cannot be in that section.
Ideally. Or the usher turns his back and lets them just have at you. Because
a basketball game.
Not a Clippers game, but try that shit in England. It's because you're going to leave bloodied up.
The craziest thing about this new stadium, did you hear they're like...
It's pretty cool, though, the way it looks.
They're tripling the urinals in this place.
What?
It's going something like insane. I was reading about this where it's
like wide, like you can
not size, the amount of them. Not that you would need to worry about
this is cool though.
I saw it. It looks really it's kind of like the structure of it was a little weird, but I forget the exact ratio. Like there's some formula where it's like 1 urinal per 75 people or something stupid like that. They're going like 3 for every 30.
Why don't they just go like Wrigley, like troughs?
I'm a fan. I feed at Wrigley and it was smooth. Although
I've told you personal troughs at Wrigley. I've told that story online, right? Yeah, where my idiot buddy comes back at my bachelor party, pissed drunk, goes, I love this stadium. I'm like, what? He goes, personal troughs in the bathroom. We go, what the hell are you talking about? He goes, personal troughs with like the water bubbling out. I look at him and go, dude, you pissed in the sink. He goes, what? I go, the troughs are around the wall. Did you piss in the middle? He goes, yeah, where the little troughs are. I go, that's the sink. Did you notice everyone else washing their hands? He goes, I wasn't paying attention.
Little troughs.
The personal troughs and like the water bubbles up.
Is that not efficient though? You're just doing your thing?
I mean, he made it back to the seat. He did his thing. So Jesus Christ, what a disaster.
Funny.
Richard Simmons did not approve Pauly Shore playing him. Quote, I never gave my permission. Not happy that Pauly Shore is going to... What?
Do you have to get permission?
I guess you don't.
Is it just like a blessing?
I think it's just a blessing. I think you're supposed to, though.
Dude, you want to talk about a guy? I've like learned more about Pauly Shore. Like the more I've learned about like the Comedy Store, that guy used to date porn stars. Buddy,
yeah. Good for him. Yeah, Mitzi Shore must have been very proud. 20-year-old amateur golfer Nick Dunlap. You hear about this guy?
I don't follow golf. Golf is
okay. Great. He won a tournament, but because he's an amateur, he gets zero money, and the world went nuts. Yeah. Because he's not a pro. He won the damn thing, beat the real pros, and $1.5 million he should have gotten.
Oh, he got
That's
zero?
A big meatball. Yeah.
Why play then? Why even compete?
Just to have some fun notoriety because you're allowed to. You don't think you're going to win. I guess it was a real light field.
You're a golfer. I mean, how many of them do you do before you're like, this is goddamn ridiculous?
What? How many times do I win $1 million?
You would never win, but...
I would never win. The next day, I drop out of college and turn pro. The next day.
So can this guy turn pro now?
Yeah, but he can't collect this.
Wow.
That's bad.
That's a loophole.
And he may never win again. This doesn't just happen. Like, yeah, it's not good. I would have been berserk.
How many hole-in-ones do you have?
Me?
Yeah, zero, right?
You have zero. It's fucking impossible.
I play mini golf. I have plenty of hole-in-ones.
The scariest moment of my golfing career, my mom, we were in Bermuda on a par 3, absolutely shanks one. She sculls it, hits the cart path, it like bounces over a little pond onto it and comes to within 5 feet. I thought this thing was going in. And I'm like, that's your fucking hole-in-one? Some like putt that you just sculled?
On the wrong hole though?
No, it went to the right hole. She didn't have like a loop to it. It had no flight. It was just like I shanked it. It hits the cart path and
baby.
Shot. What?
Doesn't matter. Win's a win.
No, it would have counted, and I would have been like, if you're gonna have it, make it be majestic. I would have been seething if that was the hole-in-one. I was there to witness it. Also witnessed a guy shank a ball, re-tee, put it in the hole, and then we'd all just looked at each other. Can't count it. What the fuck do you do? Yeah.
Why even hit it then? There's no point.
No, because you re-tee. If you put one in the woods, like you just keep it going. But like you put it in the hole, the next one. I would have been seething. That's worse than never having one.
So what do you get, a 2 for that?
You should get a 3, but we'll call it a 2. And I know what they're talking about at dinner the whole night. That's got to be rough. Okay. Police chief in sex toy beatdown released from prison.
What?
There's that.
Oh, man.
Apparently, disgraced former Long Island police chief who was jailed for bashing a man who stole porn and a dildo from the top cop's official vehicle and then covered it up has been released from federal prison.
He used the actual sex toy?
The guy stole apparently the dildo from his car, the cop's car that was in there, and then the cop beat the shit out of him. And it was
with said toy.
Apparently.
Why? Okay, why do you break into a policeman's car?
That's to get a dildo. How do you get your dildos?
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Exactly. On the topic, Vince McMahon assaulted ex-employee with sex toys named after WWE wrestlers and then defecated on one of their heads during a threesome, revealed in bombshell suit. It goes on. The story, I'll send you the article.
That guy's did all the roids. I bet you he's got skeletons for days.
Nope, they're all out. He beat someone with a dildo and shit on their head. You got bigger skeletons than that?
Is that
unless you killed a man? Like,
dude, people, we watched that not the McAfee antivirus, blah blah blah. The guy who originally invented that has his own documentary where it's absolutely ludicrous, and I think he ends up dying in the end, just like Epstein. That guy loved to be shit on. Like in this documentary, that's all they talk about.
McAfee? Ew.
Yeah, the actual guy.
I'm changing to Norton tonight. I can't have that.
It's just one of those things where the guy created the thing and then sold it, and then his life. It's where we watched it. I think it was pandemic, like March the 10th, 2020. We watched that.
Oh God, his exact quote was, "I own you." Oh God, I'm the one who owns you, controls you, who wants to fuck you, and it went on from there.
Yeah,
he's not a good guy.
That guy's got problems. Yeah.
But he's got a lot of money, and he does wrestling stuff, so it's cool. I don't know. That's what I've got.
Wow, that was powerful.
I mean, it's been weeks, and you don't have a voice. It's like when you ask a pitcher who's with a tired bullpen, "Hey, man, you got to give me 8 tonight."
I got stuff. Believe me, I can always talk. Zach, are you watching anything? You need something?
I got stuff. So I watched The Science of Brie Larson. What was that thing called, Jenna? The Science-y show with Brie Larson.
The cooking one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched that.
Yeah, she's smoking. I don't know. She does it for me. She's like classically beautiful. The show was fine.
It's literally Sheldon Cooper cooking.
Yeah, but he's in the tits like that.
Super raspy. No, thank you.
All right, fine. We're watching Wednesday slowly because we can only do one a night because any more than that, Zoe's not sleeping. That's the one Ron Cat's lessons in chemistry.
Yes.
The monster gets to Zoe. I think Wednesday's fantastic. We're currently watching Slow Horses. I really like it. You said no? You gotta wait till Gary Oldman starts cooking because then he has some of the greatest lines of all time. Okay. There's a line where some guy says he uses his phone. He goes, "I FaceTime my kids with that," and he goes, "I don't care if you ask time the Pope." Like, it's gold. I was on the floor and I finished Bookie, which the first 4 episodes were about as good as anything gets.
I told you
After that,
I told you it got a little like.
I stopped caring. Like the first 4 episodes were fucking hysterical, though.
There's only so much you can do with the we're gonna win, we're gonna lose. We need this to happen. We don't.
Should have been a movie. Speaking of, I watched his movie about my father. Terrible.
With De Niro.
Yeah. The Colognes was funny. The rest of it was awful. Fool Me Once, British Mystery.
Yeah.
Is that a show?
Who texted that? Shelby?
No, Shelby. Ron Katz. You tell me Shelby. I'm not.
No. I got a whole our whole family text chain was talking about that tonight. Apparently, Fool Me Once. That's going to be our next.
Putting it down.
See, that's our problem. Is Julie and I have been starting stuff, and she's not into it, and we have nothing to watch. So we've been doing these terrible movies where you're like,
I'm gonna have to start watching the Oscar movies soon.
Yeah, we need to talk.
Oh, I saw the what did I see? I saw Emma Stone's tits. That movie was good. I'm surprised she did. That's a lot of nudity. I'm just not expecting that.
The movie looks so weird.
I liked it. I like weird. I'm weird.
You're so weird.
Yeah, I liked it. What's his name? He said, "You've been thrice fucked by the best." Fantastic use of thrice. I liked a lot of it.
I think you're quirkier than I realized. Jesus.
I'm a linguist. I do 4 crosswords a day. I'm a crucial verbalist. I love
cunning?
What?
Are you cunning linguist?
No. Not since the last Haley's comment. But I make it up in other ways. But nevertheless, I don't. I like I like things that are really quirky. But you know what I don't like that you'd think I would like by looking at me? I don't love Wes Anderson. I don't get it, man. I liked Rushmore. The rest of it, I don't get it. He's just trying too hard to make me get it. I don't want to get it. Yeah, Darjeeling sucked.
Who's the little guy that people think is great? That's a part of that group.
Jason Schwartzman?
Yeah, nope, not for me.
He was great, fantastic in Slackers. Cool Ethan?
Cool.
You've never seen that movie, have you?
I think I may have. I don't remember.
Laura Prepon masturbates. Jason Segel's fantastic in it. Devon Sawa.
He's alive?
No, he was.
He's in Hacks. That's like the last thing he's been in.
Yeah.
We were watching that. I'm like, where do I know this guy from? And Julie's like, I think that's the guy from Casper. I'm like, it is.
You should watch Slackers. It's as good as a 90s movie gets that you've never. It's the best 90s movie no one's ever seen, kind of thing. It's got Big Pete from Pete and Pete, who I know you hate.
I hated Pete. I don't hate either of them more than the other. I thought the show was stupid.
Little Pete got fat.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah, go nuts.
All right. Pishadoo of the week. I was able to come up with 11 candidates. And let's go through these. I'm not sure who's the Pishadoo in this one. Somebody texted me Emmanuel Quigley's article saying goodbye to New York City after he got traded from the Knicks. And my first response to this friend was, just summarize the article. So I think I'm going with the candidate is people who send you articles like, dude, just tell me what it says. I don't give a flying fuck what Emmanuel Quigley has to say.
Knicks don't lose anymore since he's left. So fuck him.
Also, Emmanuel Quigley, did he need to take out a full page article and say goodbye to New York? He
was a sixth man, and you know what? They don't lose anymore, so fuck him.
Yeah, but no, I'm going with
been great.
My buddy, when people send you articles, it's like, just tell me what the article.
I'm going to send you this Vincent McMahon article because it is bananas. But
that one I'm going to read.
Yeah.
Candidate number 2. Tell me you heard about ESPN. They had to give back 37 Emmys because they had bullshitted a bunch of names.
What?
Did you hear about this? Oh my God. ESPN got in trouble because a bunch of their projects that they worked on, they just made up fake names for the projects, which I'm not even sure why they did that. And then they got caught and they had to literally, of course, nobody's going to ever remember. And, if you worked on some project 6 years ago and you go, I got second place. Oh, now I won. Cool. But they had to give back something insane.
That's a lot.
30. Yeah, it's a lot. Your boy Ye, back in the news, getting rid of his teeth and now getting titanium dentures.
Cool.
I was thinking, is that weird? Because people get those weird grills and
no, it's pretty teeth. Fucking weird. That doesn't sound like it should be in your mouth. Titanium
dentures. Considering didn't his mom die of plastic surgery or something?
I have no idea. All I know is that Jenna's father has the new iPhone and won't shut up about how titanium it is. But he doesn't really know what titanium is. I don't think.
Is he using that like fire? Like it's fire?
I don't know, but I think he just trusts anything that Lily with the tits tells him. I don't think he has AT&T, but she's a smoking Jewess.
Panky Rang.
He does with a Panky Rang.
Speaking of which, maybe a cautionary tale for you and for him. So, Hugh Hefner's last piece, whatever her tit's name is, I think it's like Kristen Hefner, has now put out a tell-all book. And it doesn't really say anything other than it was... No, they've been putting out like excerpts of she says this. Do I read books? You think I'm reading this? I couldn't care less. But it says everything that you'd think. It was creepy. The house was old. He went deaf from taking Viagra.
At least he's trying, man.
Zach, there's a side effect I'm glad I know about now.
How? That's real?
I don't know. That's what this chick said in the book.
And she went to the same medical school you went to, I bet.
I saw this online. Now, Cal Ripken can do no wrong in my eyes. And the fact that the Ravens brought him to the home game where they had him come out onto the field in a Ravens winter jacket. He gave a big wave to the crowd. I love that. I love that the Orioles and Ravens are doing a lot of stuff back and forth for each other. Problem is, Cal Ripken, he still had the tag from the jacket as he's waving.
So
the tag's going back and forth, and you're like, oh my God. That's so clearly he's not a fan. They probably paid him to be there. They couldn't.
Where's he from?
Aberdeen. He's from Maryland. That's his thing.
And he might be a Browns fan or probably a Redskins fan, honestly.
Probably a Redskins fan. Probably doesn't give a shit about football.
Maybe everyone likes football.
Everyone doesn't like football.
Cal Ripken does. He's from Maryland. Jesus Christ, he must slay.
Have you never driven down 95 and you pass a big stadium on the right? It's called the Aberdeen Iron. It's his
I know
stadium. It's
that
where he's from.
stadium. I had
It's the
no idea.
Ironbirds.
I thought he just fucking sponsored it. Threw a few shekels at it.
Yes and yes, but he also that's where he's from, man.
I'm
Him
sure
and
that
Billy.
half of Maryland is Cal Ripken Chevrolet. Like, guy can do no wrong.
Candidate number 6.
Eddie Murray Kia. Like, whatever.
I used this as the other day, and I guess it's been done, but Zach, that Bills guy crying at the game, what a bitch.
What a pansy.
As soon as that was happening, like we're on a group text and
And by
George
the way,
is like,
the Waldo, you're like an idiot. Hate that guy.
like, he's going to be a meme. This guy is a meme.
He's
like,
a meme. You memed him already.
No, oh, he was memed. Like, literally, we're on a group text.
Though? How did they, out of 70,000 people, find that asshole in the crowd? Good camera work.
Because the game is over, and he's just sitting there doing like this whole like.
Yeah, but come on, there's 70,000 people there. That is good camera work. I've been fucking miserable at a game. They don't put me on TV.
Yeah, look at you.
Look at him. They put me on the jumbotron next to that guy Philip. Looked like he got engaged in the Met game.
All right, let's play the game. What makes you act like that? What game? Yeah, that. What happened to that guy? What game? What situation are you doing that?
I would do that on the opposite. Happy tears. Mets win a World Series. Just put me on. I'm Jordan crying. I'm the Piccolo player. I'm all of it.
Piccolo player.
Jets Super Bowl, same thing. Like for me, those two win. It's on.
So it has to be a win. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think a loss can get that kind of emotion from me. Like the closest I came to that in my life from a loss was when the Knicks were like really good in the 90s but couldn't get over it. And some of those losses really ate at me.
You were a little kid.
Right. I was a teenager. But like, it wasn't that bad, but like, it bothered. It just killed me. Those
loser
94 championship they lost to Houston. Ugh.
I'm friends with somebody on Facebook who he's always promoting like having Ravens season tickets and looking to sell more and this and that. And the other day he makes a post and it's a long-winded, this is our first time hosting a game. Do not sell your tickets. I know people have extenuating circumstances, but it's important that we show up and we do all this and that. And then 3 hours later, sold my tickets to row whatever, but still going to the game because he apparently had like 2 sets of season tickets. And somebody below writes like, didn't you just write a whole fucking rant about how you're not supposed to sell your tickets?
What came before this? Because I don't care. I hate this. I'm so mad at this guy.
Oh, telling anybody, because like I'm also a big fan of like, dude, if I could sell my AFC Championship tickets and it'll pay for all of next year, bye. Here you go, Kansas City fan. Like,
I'm going to the game.
I know you're going to the game because you don't get to go to playoff games, but keep in mind, you're not giving this to like a Buffalo Bills fan. The Kansas City Chiefs have made the last 6 AFC Championship games. Yeah. They're not filling that stadium. This is not like giving it to a Steelers fan. It's not giving it to a Bills fan. The stadium is going to be mostly Ravens.
I'm going. I gotta be there.
But this guy telling people what to do.
No. He is my piece. I don't remember what you just said for the last 5 minutes. This guy's killing me. Keep going.
And then sold 2 of his tickets, which I was like,
bad.
It was one of those. You're like, wait, what?
Like it was one of those thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, but telling people what to do and then doing the exact that really bothered me.
So punchable.
Yeah, he's also a member of law enforcement, so take it easy on that.
No.
This past weekend was a big
Purple
UFC
Friday. Oh. My buddy over there is we've been talking.
We got a numbered UFC that just happened this past week where it was one of those fights that if you and I were talking and I was feeling good, I was going to tell you it was going to be a banger. It literally was a technical fight that was so boring. It was like a hard sparring fight. And the guy who won it, the challenger, is from South Africa. And he's been doing this his last couple of fights. I didn't know this was a thing, but apparently men in South Africa kiss each other on the lips. Like that's a thing.
Ew. I mean,
the guy,
like what? Like
the
as
guy,
a greeting, like instead of like the Italians on the cheek, they just go for it on the lips.
Right on the,
Like when you and I hang out, we just go for it.
I don't want to kiss you on the cheek or anything, but
you think I want to kiss you? I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not getting that virus you have, the Snyder. Fuck that shit.
Snyderona?
Yeah, exactly.
This guy, his last couple of fights has like won, and he's turned around and like, I guess I didn't really pay attention, but right on the lips to his coach, right on the lips to the other guy, and then people respond. They're like, "Yeah, this is a normal thing in South Africa. This is what they do there." They're like,
he's getting mono.
Is that what apartheid was about? Like they didn't want people kissing each other?
I think they did. There's apartheid one. I don't know, man. I think that's what it was about. And
I
Mandela said
thought
no to kissing on the lips.
I thought this is a really weird, like, I don't
Great.
kiss anybody on the cheek. Yeah, I don't know. Anywho, I think this whole space race, moon people going, I think it's ridiculous. And we're spending a lot of money to send a astronaut to the moon or a spaceship to the moon. Did you hear that there was a launch like a week ago? It went up in flames seconds after going up.
Yeah. So, I watched the Challenger. That was brutal. I was a little kid.
Zach, this was last week.
I know.
Like, we're doing this for no purpose, and we're just blowing up billions of dollars.
I would love to go to space. I would love it.
I'd love to send you there and just have them.
Hey,
Watch Martians,
me blow up. Put me in there with the monkey, the space monkey from your patient, your client.
All right, these are my two favorite stories of the week. Colorado pastor got caught in a $3 million crypto fraud scheme.
Wait, I thought the Colorado pastor got shot. That was a Vegas pastor.
No. Colorado pastor got caught, and when the cops asked him why he did what he did, he said, and I quote, "The Lord told me to do this."
It's a great excuse. What's he going to say?
He's also very going to jail.
Maybe.
That is a ridiculous excuse to say, like, oh, the Lord told. Like, so you think you just go around and just commit crimes and the Lord told you and you're like, you're good? Come on.
It's not the dumbest thing to say. You got to say something.
The last story is my favorite. It's not going to win because you hated that other one so much. And I don't have all the details here, but there was a man who lived with his kids, some family member who collects some type of medical cash benefits. I don't know if it's unemployment. I don't know if it's welfare. I don't know what it is. Well, the guy died like 5-6 months ago, and the family just didn't tell anybody and just kept the rotting corpse in the home so they could continue to take in the money.
How much money was it?
You think
there's the score
enough
here?
to keep a rotting corpse in your home? How much money? I bet you it wasn't 4 digits a month. I bet you it was way less.
3 digits? And that's right, Ron Katz, son of Sam. But, oh, God.
I heard this story, Zach, and I'm just like, wait a minute. There really should be a better system of collecting money from the government than just like, they just keep sending you a check. Like, in theory, anybody could die and the checks keep
because there's
flowing.
no funeral and no obit, you're still alive?
Yeah.
Damn, that's good.
I'm not sure how they got caught. That was the part of the story that I didn't get. But like
eventually,
in theory, I don't know. Like, what's a normal age? Like, my dad's 71. If he's collecting Social Security and he dies, I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna have him buried out back. I'll collect his shit for the next 20 years.
No. You gotta burn it. You gotta put the sunglasses on him.
My father just
would they know any difference? Yeah, you're still sleeping there with the sunglasses on. That's the essence of the bit, is the sunglasses and the Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, God.
Put it on your dad.
I just can't believe there's no system to like check in or something. Yep.
Not.
Still
maybe that's
alive.
What they got caught. Maybe that is the system. How many months?
It was like 4 or 5. It was
maybe
enough.
That's it. They check in quarterly. I don't know.
I don't think they check in for any of this stuff. They just keep sending you your money.
That's pretty good. So when you die, who cancels it? The funeral parlor?
It made me think. I don't really know how this works.
I don't either. We should get a good scam going.
We should get an old person, right? You want to buy an old person?
I do. Who's old?
Emmanuel Quigley gets an article sent to me.
And it's
ESPN,
quickly, by the way.
Huh?
It's quickly.
Quickly.
Wrong protection.
ESPN giving back their Emmys. Kanye's titanium dentures. Viagra makes you go deaf. What? Cal Ripken's jacket still having the tags on it. The Bills crying guy just because. Selling your AFC tickets or to not sell your AFC tickets. Drakus Duplessis kissing his cornerman after the win because he's from South Africa. Moon mission goes up in flames. The Colorado pastor, because the Lord told me to steal the money. And dead family member keeps getting their benefits.
It's probably that one because that's a real good grifter scam. I think it's your ticket guy because he put his post up and pontificated.
I just think the fact that you're telling people what to do with their like tickets, like, go fuck yourself. They're my tickets. No, I'll do what I want.
Go to the game. Be a man.
Booze your daddy, the podcast.
So you think they're going to do it on Sunday? You like your Ravens' chances? The worst matchup for them.
I'm going to be at a 1-year-old's birthday party, Zach, watching it on my phone. Don't get me started.
I think I'm going to be at Gutenberg the musical or something. My mom got tickets. It would be amazing. I so hope so. Because I don't know what about to get into. My Grammy got us tickets on the AFC Championship weekend.
She knew you wouldn't have to worry about it.
That's true. She did.
We out.
Good times. It was good today. You